The disrespect that y'all are showing to the officers, I can assume what these are going to say. I will not accept this plea agreement. I'm sick of it. The jail's sick. All right, sir, are you Camden Jackson? And Mr. Harris, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Give me just a second to get it done. Mr. Jackson, in cause number 20, all right, y'all marked third degree on the paperwork, but the indictment says second. I just want to make sure it's the mark correctly.
Yes, I just looked at it sideways.
Okay, so that should be second degree?
Yes, Your Honor.
If with everybody's permission, I'll make that change on the paperwork?
Yes.
Okay.
And apologies for my handwriting because it's horrible. on the
It's,
tablet.
well, it's hard on the tablet. You're good. All right, so you're charged in cause number 25 DCCR 0114 with the second degree felony offense of engaging in organized criminal activity from January 10th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 7-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, which could include me ordering you to some upfront treatment or like ISF or something like that. And it looks like that's what the state's going to be requesting. Do you understand? And that decision's up to me when we come back for sentencing. Do you also understand, excuse me, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Jackson's not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jackson, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. Before we go forward, can you look real quick, jail incident reports and see if there's any on this one?
And Judge, I was, if I may, going to address that between January and the end of February. So obviously we've had quite some time that either they have not gotten to my file or the court's file. There were at least 8 pages full of write-ups. I would ask the court, Mr. Jackson committed this offense 6 days after he turned 19. It's obviously very serious. He was with a co-defendant, Mr. Bushnell, who's already entered a plea involving firearms, etc. I would ask if the court would consider your usual admonishment of, if that behavior continues pending the PSI, that I reserve the right, as does the court, to just reject this offer and possibly send him to prison.
Mr. Jackson, you're probably, I don't know if you're in the same dorm as some of the other ones that have been
Yes.
absolutely ridiculous acting up in the jail.
Yes.
So there's somebody, I think it was last week, that came in with a deal like this for a probation, and he didn't get it, and he's sitting back out at that jail. I do not have to accept this plea agreement. I'm going to read every single one of those jail incident reports. The disrespect that y'all are showing to the officers, I can assume what these are going to say, because y'all are all out there. It's the same group that's doing all the same thing, fighting, not following instructions, talking back, calling names. I'm going to read all of that. And let me tell you, if you have one between right now and your sentencing, I will not accept this plea agreement. I'm sick of it. The jail's sick of it. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make that place a better place for those people to go work who are out there just trying to do their job. Do you understand? One. We're not going to come in and say it was somebody else's fault. I only got 1, or I got 3, and that's not that bad. You can go out there and tell them, I want to get out and be on probation. I don't care what you guys want to do. I'm going to behave. If you have to sit on your bunk all day long and be quiet for the next 5 weeks, then that's what you do. Right? 5 weeks, rest of your life. What do you think? Show me you can do it, okay? All right, and go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Welcome everyone to this gripping courtroom drama where the stakes couldn't be higher. Today we're diving into the case of Jayden, a young man whose cocky attitude and rebellious streak have landed him in hot water. Facing serious charges, Jayden stands before Judge West, a woman known for her no-nonsense approach and razor-sharp focus on justice. From the start, the courtroom air is thick with tension. Jayden's smirk tells a story of bravado, but the judge's stern gaze tells a very different one of accountability and the weight of consequences. The paperwork laid out reveals a troubling history. Multiple incident reports from the detention center highlighting disrespect and repeated misconduct. Judge West makes it crystal clear. This isn't just about paperwork or a plea deal. It's about respect, responsibility, and whether Jayden is ready to face the reality of his actions. The plea deal offered, 7 years deferred probation with conditions, could be his lifeline, but only if he's willing to change. One wrong move, one more incident, and that deal is off the table, replaced by a potential 20-year sentence behind bars. Now, here's where things get intense. The judge directly addresses Jayden, cutting through the bravado. She tells him if he wants probation, he has to prove it, even if it means weeks of silence and confinement. No more excuses, no blaming others. It's a wake-up call not just for Jayden, but for anyone watching who might think rebellion comes without price. So, what would you do in Jayden's place? Would you take the chance to reform, or risk everything to maintain a tough image in front of your peers? It's a powerful question about choices, consequences, and the harsh realities of the justice system. As the case progresses, one thing is clear. Judge West is not here to play games. She's here to uphold the law and make sure that respect and a T for authority is restored. Jayden's future depends on his next steps, whether he chooses the path of redemption or the long road behind bars. This case reminds us all how critical it is to understand that every action has a reaction, especially in the courtroom. For juveniles like Jayden, the window for change is narrow but real, but only if they're ready to own their mistakes and put in the work.